Yo, 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 sup everybody. Today we're talking about Torkel. Torkel from Vinland Saga. He is the third piece I make about characters from the medium, and I think the last one. Because Torkel is really the last favorite character that I have from the series. Now, I want to actually start a video by thanking all of my subscribers and all of the people watching this shit. You mean the world to me, and you enable me to do this every single fucking day. So a big thank you to you guys. At 100 subs, I have something interesting set up for you. So you'll see if and when, not if, when we reach that point. Now, talking about Thorkel. Thorkel in Vinland Saga is, I think, the most sincere character out there. He is a character that wears his heart on his sleeve. He lives for the fights, he lives for war. He is the most Viking of them all, in a sense. He is one of the commanders of the Jorm's Vikings. He was one of the commanders of the Jorm's Vikings. I think he was also Thor's brother-in-law. I think he was the brother of his wife or something like that, or the uncle of his wife. I don't know, man. I think that was it. He was the uncle of his wife. I think that was it. Anyway, doesn't care. He was a friend of Thor's, though, that's for certain. And at the start of the series, he actually starts out as an enemy of the Vikings because he switched allegiances. He switched allegiances only because he wanted to find the strongest. The English were weak in his eyes, so he decided that the strongest enemies he could face were actually the Vikings themselves. So he just switched allegiances.
やろうじゃねえの。トロケルの玉取ってこい。ようフローキか、久しぶりだな。元気そうで何よりだ。挨拶は結構。総大将スベン王陛下のお言葉を伝えに参りました。陛下のお言葉によりますと、イングランド王はフランクの地へ逃げ去った。これ以上の抵抗は無意味である。降伏せよ。の行くぜフローキー。海兵左回答全速力必殺竜骨砕き。
This is the type of character we are talking about right now. He is a crazy ass motherfucker of a character. He just switches allegiances on a whim just because he wants to fight the strongest. And yeah, this is virtually his biggest character point and characterization that you can find. Some people love him, others hate him, and this is why. So I've talked about how he wears his heart on the sleeve and he lives for the fight. This leads to him committing a lot of questionable and atrocious acts, like murdering people left and right with no regard for anything else, basically, which again is kind of uh, polarizing because you have to sometimes put yourselves in their shoes. He comes from a time where that is normal. That is normalized. This is the society they're living in. They have to fight. And Vikings even more so. This is what they've been taught from a young age. Given the bloodlust that he quite clearly has, coupled with his upbringing, you create a monster like Torkel. Torkel is fucking unbeatable. Just as a measure of his characterization, he fights Thorfinn early on. Thorfinn gouges out his eyeball, his left eyeball, I think, if I remember correctly. It's been 4 or 5 months since I've last watched it. He gouges out his eyeball, and Torkel is not angry at all. He's not resenting Thorfinn for it. He actually is very pumped by the fact that his eyeball was just gouged out. He's super excited to fight him again, and boy does he fight him again, and he thrashes it. He thrashes Thorfinn next time they fight because he fights seriously. He even rips out his clothing to reveal chainmail underneath. So he just walks randomly around with a chainmail on him at all times. I mean, he's a fucking monster. And yes, that was the whole point. He gets his eye gouged out, and whatever. Whatever. I mean, I can't wait to fight you again, basically. That's what he says. I mean, what a fucking monster. He is insanely dangerous. He just wears an eye patch afterwards, so he becomes a pirate. Normal stuff, right? Now, that's another thing with Thork. He is not a character that holds resentments. He is not a character that holds pettiness. He has no notion of that, or rather, no interest in pettiness, revenge, and all that crap. He doesn't even remember whom he kills or people that come to get revenge for that. And he doesn't seek revenge himself. Again, what he seeks from Thorfinn is a great fight. That's it. No revenge for his eye, for his man, nothing. He just wants a good fight. In his eyes, if you die on the battlefield, it's your own fault. And in itself, this is his own purpose. He wants to fight a strong enemy and be killed. If he gets killed, the Valkyrie will carry him out. That's his whole ideal. So he can just join the afterlife and keep fighting until the end times, basically, until Archaon comes and destroys the world. The Chaos Gods really know no bounds. Now, with that reference out of the way, because it's another medium, another very important plot point about Orc. Yes, he is this character used primarily as a comedic plot device. He is this savage brute that just maims, murders left and right, but he's one of the wisest characters from the series as well. When Knut undergoes his transformation and becomes, by the way, I made a video on this. Check it out. It's 40 minutes long. Please don't really watch it whole. Just skip through it. But basically, when Knut makes his transformation, shameless advertising, plugging in and plugging out. He undergoes this transformation. And he comes to Torkel and says, like, no, you will be my commander now. No, not my commander, but rather you'd be my underling now, and we're going to my father. And Torkel is like, okay.
こういう目には見覚えがある。お前らはその目で何を見てる。本当の戦士の秘密を知ることができただろう。まあ、スベン王とやることに変わりはねえしな。よし、決めた。その喧嘩、助太。
He accepts very quickly. Why does he do that? He sees something in Knut. Maybe his leadership skills, maybe his potential, but he sees something. I mean, it's very clear that he sees Thor's through Knut. That's quite obvious, I think, and it's even obviously stated, if I remember correctly, from the anime. I never read the manga, only watched the anime. I don't really read mangas nowadays. Maybe only Tenjo Tenge, but don't judge, please. Anyways, that's the whole point of that. What the fuck am I saying? Basically, he is one of the first ones to join Knut and aid him in this quest to depose his father, virtually. Now, he does this under the pretext of wanting to fight the king himself, who is the strongest Viking. But I think that's a lie. He just sees Thor's through Knut, and he sees his potential of becoming the ultimate Viking king and emperor at some point, and he just joins the fray. Now, going back to Thor's, he is actually the only one who saw Thor's and his wife leave the Jorn Viking compound. He tries to stop Thor's. He fails to do so, but he still doesn't understand. So,
もう戦はしない。だから話が見えねえって。まさか死にかけてビビったとか言わねえよな。兄貴はお前を後継者にって考えてんだぞ。すまん。疲れてんだろ。とりあえず今日はもう食って寝ろ。俺は分かったんだ。本当の戦士とは何かが。
that's the thing. For a person who only enjoys fighting and maiming and killing, to have someone live this life because they want something more and to become a better man is staggering to Thorkel. And he's been left with this open question since Thor's left and eventually died. Spoiler. Basically, he doesn't understand Thor's. He doesn't understand what Thor's thought a real warrior would look like, or would be like. He has been rummaging on this story or on this question for ages, for decades. And now he finally sees Thorfinn and he's so eager to understand through Thorfinn what a real warrior means, what Thor's ideal for a real warrior really was. Sorry, I cannot pronounce words correctly. I cannot pronounce the R for the love of me. Speech defect. Speech defect enablers, enjoy. I think my last point on Torkel actually would be that he's incredibly insightful and wise. If you've seen the video, the series, at the end of the first season, when something shocking happens, Knut is so staggered he almost falls down to the ground. Now, Thorkel is the one who crept behind him and just pushed him a little forward, upright, and whispered to him that you're the king now. You're leading these people. You're a hero. You should not be falling to the ground. You should be leading them. He basically inspired Knut, and I think alongside Askeladd, he has the biggest influence of Knut out of everybody else. At that point, at that crucial point, he made sure that Knut was ready to take the reins and ready to assert himself over everybody else. He understood what leading entails. He understood his position as Knut's helper, underling, advisor, whatever you want to call it. Like he understood his position and what Knut needed. More importantly, what Knut needed. He saw Knut, he understood Knut, and he actually saw through Knut and saw what he needed at some point. At that point, even beforehand, when Knut was his prisoner, he was the only one not openly antagonizing his point of view or him directly. He made fun of him at times, of course. More he made fun of the priest, but also about of Knut. But he never antagonized him. He, I think, for some time he actually tried to understand Knut a little better, because again, it was so alien to him. A Viking who doesn't enjoy bloodshed is alien to Torkel, but he understands his position. He tries to understand other people, and with Knut, he understood what a leader needed at that point and what a leader needed to be at that point. Thus, I think Torkel's influence in the first two seasons is way overlooked in general. He is one of the most influential characters in the whole series. He's there for everything. He's there for Thorfinn to enable Thorfinn to grow as a character and to provide a worthy adversary that Thorfinn will never be able to beat on his own. He's there to support Knut when he needed most. And in every decision Knut makes, he is the character to bring Knut forward in the plot. He captures him and offers him a different perspective. Knut just, uh, because of Askeladd's influence, turns 180 degrees and is like, okay, we're taking control of the country. Torgel is the one who says, hey boss, we are in. And after Askeladd is out of the picture, Torkel is the one to sit Knut straight and tell him, you've got to do this. You have to do this at this point. So many people have died for you. Do it now. Yeah, that's why I think Torkel is the best, or one of the best characters in the series and one of the most influential ones. Anyways, if you like the video, just leave a comment. Please leave comments. I love seeing comments. They are so rare on my channel, it's staggering. But please leave out a comments. Maybe I didn't explain properly this whole situation with Torkel. I really don't know how to explain it otherwise, but I might do a revised video if you desire so. What is your opinion on the series, on Torkel specifically? Leave out a comment. And if you enjoyed this video, just give out a like, subscribe, and whatnot. Mostly comments. I want to see comments. See ya.
シャンと立ったろ。ここが肝心だろうが。お前のための舞台だ。無駄にするなよ。
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. See ya!